1967, the words of His Imperial Majesty to the then President Johnson. Haile Selassie I the First. And as you see, His Majesty, you say fire? As you see, His Majesty always put forward the concern and the overstanding that Africans and all African liberation, African independence is foremost and paramount within the work of I and I as Rastafari. Haile Selassie I the First. And we see His Majesty goes to the United States again, and when he deal with Johnson and sit up with Johnson, he showed Johnson the same reasoning. You see, Africans have to be free from foreign domination. And I'm bringing it straight to your face, and we're going to reason this thing behind closed doors. Rastafari, Selassie I the First. His Majesty doesn't advocate going to war to solve problems. His Majesty advocate leaders coming together to come sit up face to face and make we reason our things that we have. You see, man to man, Rastafari, as opposed to just keeping sending diplomat or sending this message and sending this message. If you're a president and you're a world leader, you're supposed to can sit around the table and reason this thing. Straight? So it would go. Same way, for example, you got this guy like Bush, and this other guy like in Iran and those type of things, and these other countries. The man just sit down at the table and just bun two big head spliffs, sit there and just reason the thing out and just squash the thing. You see, but that's too simple. You see, but His Majesty show you, say, wisdom is found in simple places. Haile Selassie I the First. So as you see earlier in the video footage there, you see His Majesty, Haile Selassie the First, coming to America, right? And you see, say what? America bow to the power and the authority of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie the First. Rastafari, because he's more of a leader and more of a king than Kennedy. You see, because Kennedy have to bow to the power of His Majesty. You see? Rastafari, you can see it within all of the footage. His Majesty come to America, and America, the leadership of America, hail His Majesty as a hero. When Rastafari come to America, Rastafari is received as a hero. You see it? You see it? The most honors and the most respect Rastafari just get. You see it? All throughout, all into the United Nations and everything. So how is it now the little misinformed, little fool people who running around here got all of these bad things for go say about Haile Selassie this and Haile Selassie that, ray. You see it? But when the king, like you see the king is before them, they all have to bow. So America, His Majesty show you him done conquer Babylon already. It's just for I and I, His children, for stand up within that said integrity. You see it? And conquer Rome. Haile. What for conquer them, you know, king? Through integrity. Through royal trad, through principles and law. Haile, Rastafari. And also you see His Majesty's visitation there to Trinidad and Tobago. And then I give thanks, as I said, for the brothers and sisters that make sure I and I at Rastafari rise and get all these documentaries. And if you need a copy of these things, you can tune in, as I said earlier, to www.rastafarirising.com, and you can just tune in on our page and link them with I and I on our website, you see? And we'll just take it further to more heights and to more heights. Haile Selassie I the First. So I and I just chanting glory to word and glory to sound and glory to power the Most High. Haile Selassie the First. I and I is looking forward also now into the February 16th. We're going to have an ongoing with the raising of the consciousness and the conscious speakers and the conscious presentations here in the city of Hartford, Rastafari. And we're looking forward to February 16th. We're going to have Bobby Hemmett coming here into Hartford, and he's going to be reasoning on Anubis, the final stages of melanin. And we're going to take some very high reasoning on melanin and the powers and the properties and the whole metaphysical realities of the triple blackness that we call the melanin. Haile Rastafari. So look forward, brothers and sisters, for upcoming information on and flyers on for February the 16th That's the same Uptown vibes, Club Uptown vibes. Bobby Hemmett reasoning on the final stages, Anubis, the final stages of melanin, Rastafari. It's going to be very, very powerful presentation, re-educational lecture and presentation per usual. Rastafari. So I and I just chanting, glory to word, glory to sound, glory to the powers of the Most High, Haile I, Selassie I the First, Empress Menini, this time and even and forever. And we know, say, we must burn out all weak heart conception. For we're dismantling all of the fallacies that's implanted within this false epidemus Judeo-Christian identity. Rastafari, Haile I, Selassie I the First. We're dismantling it and raising it to higher blackness and to higher region, stripping down all the chains of mental slavery. Rastafari, for as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in this hour. You know, as Babylon's shitstem going down, black man, king man is rising. Haile I, Rastafari. Remember that. This is Rastafari rising. One Isla salute to the Rastafari rising family worldwide. Isla salute to Trinidad, Jamaica. Isla salute to Africa, South Africa, Ethiopia, every crevice and corner where is watching Rastafari rising. Haile I, Selassie I the First. Isla salute unto Brother Nai, every time holding it up. Isla salute unto the Divine Savior, holding it up firm and strong. Isla salute unto Ras Iafonso, Eyes is I, Isla Black. And Isla salute unto Trey in the control tower, holding it up like speed. And Isla salute unto the brothers and sisters at home, Rastafari, chanting, kill, cramp, and paralyze. All we caught conception right now. So we're going to run it right now, for this is our time. And you can tune in every Thursday, same time, same place, Rastafari Rising. And then I said before, and I'll say it again, you can tune in to Rastafari Rising on www.rastafarirising.com. Eyes is I, Selassie I the First. So I and I now will lift I and I eyes unto the hills from whence cometh I and I help. I and I help coming from the living eye, Haile I, Selassie I, King Rastafari, the eye that made Zion and earth. I hold the eye that made I and I shall not slumber. I hold the eye that made I and I shall not slumber nor sleep. For the eye is I and I keeper. The eye is a shade upon I and I right hand. And by the eye, divine protection. The sun shall not smite me by day, nor the wicked by night. For Jah Rastafari shall preserve I and I. Jah Rastafari shall preserve I and I life. Jah Rastafari shall preserve I and I going out, and I coming in, from this time forth and even on forever. So let these the word of I and I mouth, and this the mind take of I and I heart, let it prove